Hey, welcome, thanks for stopping by. It's time to learn with our friend Clive. So grab your brush, have a great time.
Hello and welcome back, and thank you for joining me in the studio today. I hope you're having a good day. Yes. Okay, so I just thought we'd just get straight in on this painting. Some of the colours I'm going to be using today are alizarin crimson, some cadmium red, that's the light, but it doesn't matter, any cadmium red would do. I got some cadmium yellow medium, I got some phthalo blue, I got a little bit of dioxazine purple, I got some titanium white and some Mars black. Now if you haven't got any dioxazine purple, don't worry, just mix yourself a very, very dark purple. I just got a few tubes, I thought I'd use them. And just a selection of brushes, as you can see, some short flats, a couple of details, a blender and a strip liner. There we go. So that's all I'm going to be using today. I'm going to put those by there. And I'm picking up a 1 inch short flat. I'm using some medium mix there. That stops under binding of paint. And I thought, I don't know, how am I going to do this? Let's get a little bit of moisture on my brush. It's always a good idea to moisten your brushes first. There we are. And I've got a little bit of a little painting that I'm copying. I've already painted this once. Let me just put that there so I can see it a bit better. There we go. It's always a good idea to do that when you're doing lessons, because it just gives you a little bit of guidance. So it does for me anyway. So I'm picking up a little bit of the phthalo blue or phthalo blue. I'm mixing a bit of dioxazine purple to that. And that's go in to darken that blue up. So I'm just going to put that in and see how it comes. There we go. So we've got a bit of a night sky coming in there. And I've pre-gessoed my canvas and just a purple ground, really. That's all it is. Just a bit of a purple ground. What am I going to do with that? I'm just going to add a very small amount of white to that, just to lighten that up. There we are. Just a small amount of white, just to lighten that up. Just a tad. A tad is a very small amount. It is. I don't know if that's a Welsh word or what. I don't know. A tad. Yes. So I'm just getting a little bit of light in the bottom of the sky, like that. Quite an easy, simple painting, and just very, very lightly just go across. This is a canvas. It's a 15 by 12 canvas that I've decided to use today. And it's just an old canvas that I've already painted on, and I just thought, well, let's just get it out the way and do a lesson. And my little Molly is playing at the back. I don't know if you can hear that. Actually, it's coming through on my mic, I don't know. But she's got a toy and then she's throwing it around on the decking. She certainly is. You might hear her growling. Yes, I can hear her growling. So you may as well. I've just got a bit of a lighter blue down there, just like that. I don't want this to be a long drawn out painting. I want it to be quite quick. I'm hoping to do this quite quickly. I'm hoping. I don't know if I succeed, but we're hoping. We certainly are. I'm going to pick up a little bit of alizarin crimson now. There, and I'm going to mix a bit of that alizarin crimson into the blue. So I got a bit of like a purpley colour, bit of white to that. There we go. Maybe a little bit more on the red side. There we are. I want to bring a bit of that in there, like that. A little bit more red, maybe. A little bit more red. There we go. On this, to be quite hazy down there. I'm just going to merge that into that blue. I'm going to bring a bit of yellow now. There. A bit of the cadmium yellow, cadmium light, and a bit of yellow. I've got a bit of purple in my brush, but that's fine. And I'm just going to bring in a bit of orange colour. Just there like that, just a little bit of a glow. Just down there like that. Not using a lot of paint, as you can see. I'm just merging that in there. Now I'm going to pick up a bit more yellow. Actually, I think I might clean my brush. What I'm going to do now, I think, is, because that's gone a little bit desaturated, the yellow and the purple I've just made has gone a little bit saturated. So the yellow is the opposite to purple, so it's going to dechromatize that. So it's not what I wanted. So I'm going to dry this off now with a hairdryer. I'm making sure my brush is nice and clean, and I'm going to actually make some orange now. I want a nice bright orange actually. I'm going to lighten up a little bit of touch of white, just to make that like a peachy type of orange, and I want to put that. That's nicer. That's a lot nicer. Crisscross fashion like this. Bit of a glow. What we can do now is get a mister bottle, just give it a little tiny, oh, come on, see how that sticks? Sometimes these stick, so what you want to do now is take that off like that, give it a little bit of a blow, wipe the top of that with a bit of tissue paper, and then works perfect. That's all you need to do. Now, he says, I might have waited for that to dry a bit too much. So we need to, yes I did, I should have stopped talking and done this first, but it doesn't matter. Got a bit of paint left now, but it doesn't matter. I'm going to mix that in with that. Get a little bit of paint left. This doesn't matter, don't you? It doesn't matter. I'm not bothered. It doesn't worry me. It doesn't worry me a bit. No. Get a little blending brush and smooth that in like that. So all we need to do is get that bit of a glow there. That's all we want. That's fine. That'll do. It certainly will. I'm not going to buy anything today. I'm going to pick up a little bit of this phthalo blue, a little bit of that dioxazine purple, and I'm going to mix a little bit of white to it. So we get a very light colour. Is that okay? Maybe. Okay, so no, a bit darker than that. Let's add a little bit of black to it. Add a little bit of black. Now we need a bit more black to that. I want a definite difference. Contrast is the word we're looking for. And I'm making some mountainy type of shapes like that. Trying not to get my big head in the way in the camera. I hope, is that one? Yes, okay. I just check. Hello, I'm just checking the brightness of this camera. I hope it's okay. It'd be fine. Down there like that. Don't worry about that. And let's get. See, I didn't want much of that orange to show through, so that's fine. we're going to do now, we've got a little bit of orange coming through, which is good, because that's what we want. We want that to look like that. What we could do now is get the hairdryer and dry that off again. So we've got a bit of an orange glow there. Just making sure that's really, really dry. So what I want to do now is I should wash my brushes as I go along, really. What we got? Let's get a little bit of white to that now. And let's just put a bit of very lightly blend in a little bit of paint like that. Getting a blending brush now. Smoothing that in like that. Not too worried about it. Don't worry too much about that. Don't worry too much about it. All we want to do is put a little bit of, just a little bit of that light colour just coming in like that, and then blending that in. You could do this wet in wet. I just happen to be doing wet on dry. All we're doing really is just putting a little bit of mist. Just put a little bit of mist there. Why? Because what I'm going to do now is mix up this, and I want this a lot darker this time. I'm going to put a bit more black to this one. What that does then, that little bit of a mist just separates this landmass from that. A nice definite feature there. So it looks as if it's, there you go. Very, very simple, easy way to do a nice bit of separation. There you go. Just get that in like that. You can get a bit of black now and just darken down the base there like that, just to give it a little bit more depth. How are we looking? It looks pretty good so far. What I'm going to do now again is dry that off with the hairdryer. We need to put a few stars in then. An easy way I found that is you've most probably seen me do this before. Is to put stars in. I use a fan brush. So what I'm going to do now is just going to mask that off very quickly there, like that, with a little bit of kitchen roll, a little bit of masking tape. There you go, because I don't want a lot of stars on here, but I don't want to just put stars down there because it's dry now. I'm just going to get a fan brush and moistening my fan brush in a little bit of water, get some titanium white. That's all it is. There you go. And then towards us like this, not away from him, towards us, very lightly. You don't want a lot on this particular one. There you go. Just a few, just a so in that area there. There you go. That's all we need to do on that one. Again, let's dry that off very quickly with a hairdryer. quickly going to add some yellow to my palette. Just wanted a touch of yellow. And I'm looking at this, and I think I'm going to use, let me see what I got here. Where's that little filbert brush? No filbert brush, it's a small fan brush, that's right. It wasn't, it was a short flat. It's my age, yes. Now, you can do this, see if I can do it with water first of all. Just get a little bit of water. That's not very clean. Make sure your brush is nice and clean. Okay, I'm going to bring a little bit of yellow over there. A little bit of that phthalo blue. A bit more yellow. A bit more phthalo blue. I want to make a nice green type of colour. I want to make a nice green. Let's take a more blue green. I hope this is going to work. And then we're going to just put a shape in like that. And then just drag up. Drag down. Let's put a little bit of yellow into that now. Bit more yellow up there. Now you're just using water like this. Just go into dry pretty rapid on you. So what I tend to do is I developed a thing called acrylic clear, and that's only currently available on my website. So if you want to try use, if you've got some of that, because I know a lot of you have. So if you want to try and do this with liquid clear, I will show you how to do that in 1 second. There we go. A little bit of colour going on there. Let's mix a bit of white to the blue. A bit of yellow. I'm trying to get some sort of like a teal colour. And something a bit brighter. On the green side. And I get a little bit of my liquid clear, just a couple of squirts, and then I'm going to add just a little bit of that to the paint. Now that's going to stop that paint from drying on me. In fact, it'll be wet for quite a while, so we need to do that. Get a little blending brush. It's as simple as that. Now I don't know exactly what colour the Aurora are, and because I've just done this just off the top of my head, but I thought the green would work quite well there. I'll do a proper one at a later stage. I just thought I'd do this just for a bit of fun, just to get rid of this canvas today actually. I'm washing our brush again. suppose we could put a little bit of red in there, couldn't we? Orange maybe. Let's see what that looks like. You just leave a couple of ribbons. You're going to have to spread them too much. How does that look? It looks pretty good. And you play with that as much as you want, basically. I'm not going to go nuts at it tonight because I don't see the point, to be honest. This is just an example that I wanted to do. So I'm picking up, but you play around with that as much as you possibly can. Have a look at the Aurora. Get some, download some internet photographs and have a play around with that. There's just a couple of quick methods for you. Like I said, this is just an example. I'm not spending a lot of time on this. This is mainly just for beginners. So I'm picking up a bit of that dark. I got a little bit of that dioxazine purple, a bit of that phthalo blue. I'm picking up some black, and I thought let's put a tree in. Let's put a tree in. Just to balance. Now think about shape when you're doing this. This is one of my brushes that are available on the website www.clive5art.co.uk. Please pop along. There's tracings and all other things that you can get in there. So let's just push in a tree. The tree lives in your brush. You need to find it. Just push that tree in like that. And then add a little bit of white to that. Add a little bit of white to it, just to get that lighter colour. Look, there you go. Bit of fun. Put in some. You might not see that on camera, so I'm going to lighten that up. I'm going to go a little bit lighter than I would normally do, just so you can see the effect that I want to get. Just cleaning the residual muck off my brush. Hope you can see this. I want to go a little bit lighter. That's better. I want you to see this. That's all you need to do. Bump. Done. How easy was that? And then you can get your brush, and you can put a little trunk in like that. Put a little bit of light. There's my little Molly Moose. There she is. She does it every time I'm on a video lately. She's getting pretty good at knowing when I'm filming. Let's get a little bit of this dark colour and just spread that in like that. Now this is just an example painting. This is just showing you something you can do quite easily, but quite quickly, to learn some blending techniques, how to do a sky, a little bit of colour in the sky there. And as I said, if you want to do an Aurora painting, just go on the internet, download a picture and try and copy that. It's as simple as that. I will be doing another one with in a little bit more detail, but just for this exercise, which what it is, it's just an exercise. Please have a try of that and just work on your depth and putting in your, there's a little bit of mist there as a separator. You've got a little bit of orange to separate that from the sky. You've got some mountains and you've got some lovely colours in the sky. So have a little practice. That's all this is about, is a practice. And that's the most important thing. So thank you very much for joining me in the studio. Have a good day, good week, a good month, a good year, because I don't know exactly when you're going to be watching this, as time is relative on YouTube. So until the next lesson, bye-bye and night.
Hey, welcome, thanks for stopping by. It's time to learn with our friend Clive. So grab your brush, have a great time. And don't forget to click subscribe. Visit clive5art.co.uk.